We listen, we don't judge. I had to say that. That has to be the first thing. I think kink is some white people shit. Or is it? This is Dating Kinksters Explained, and the show starts right now. I love this. I love this song. I haven't heard it in so long. What up, though? Jay the Gentleman here. That's at JAI the Gentleman on IG. We're live from the back room right here for a new season of Dear Black Gay Men podcast. I know that black people, whether gay, straight, or otherwise, don't want to be fetishized. But black people are assuming that kinksters are white. That is what we learned, and we'll talk about it later. But we're dealing with being kinky tonight, and a lot of us feel like we're in welcoming fetishization when we step into the kink lifestyles. We went outside to talk to some of the girls and asked if they were kinky or nah. More on that later. But for right now, I'm talking to a music and dance artist who is also one of my homegirls. I'm very proud to call you one of the homegirls now. I am very proud of that. And someone who is a professional and a kinkster. Please welcome Hemmingw8y and Dr. to the show. How y'all doing?
Excellent.
You see we got new buttons?
I do.
We got new buttons. I'm very excited about that. How are you, Dr. Rod? This is your first time in the back room.
Yeah, it is.
This is not your first time in a back room, I would imagine.
It is not, no.
But this is your first time in this back room.
Yep.
How you been, Hemmingw8y? Last time you were here, we did a lot of flirting.
We did.
And what happened?
I don't know.
We won't talk about that on the show.
Okay.
I mean, we could.
Yeah,
We should.
we should.
Maybe. What do you think happened?
Life. Definitely life.
On your end or mine?
Mine, for sure.
Oh, okay. Okay, then we won't
You
talk
were never
about
to blame.
it. Oh, thank you for that. Maybe does that make me dateable? Am I still in dateable?
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Here we go. All right. Are y'all ready for this? Are we ready?
We're ready.
Are we ready?
We're ready.
Everybody, are we ready? Yeah. All right, let's get into the episode. It's a brand new season of Dear Black Gay Men, but we always start with the same question. What have you had it with in black gay culture? Doc, I'm going to start with you. What have you had it with?
Ooh, shit. What have I had it with? Fighting at the fucking club. That shit. Yeah,
Everybody
just-
hates that.
I'm
It's
sorry.
a repeat. The last time Hemmingw8y was here, somebody said he don't like fighting at the club. But why don't you like it? Is it just the obvious reasons?
I mean, I'm kind of anti-violence. I always have been. Somewhat non-confrontational. So I just, the idea of black men, especially beating each other up, like in public, people, recording it and shit, is just.
Well, I mean,
That's
everywhere you go,
wrong
people
way.
recording something. So, but I hate that it's sometimes the most negative aspects of our culture that get recorded and they go viral and all of that. We got people that create content for all amazing reasons and that don't go viral. Trust me, I've been trying to go viral for a long time. But I agree. Hemmy, what have you had it with?
The power of cancel culture with social media right now. I actually despise
That's profound.
it.
That's not what I thought you was gonna say.
I
thought you were gonna
know.
be like,
I think just because I'm an artist and I've been watching how it's been happening to like a lot of social media influencers and stuff like that, and it can literally happen at the blink of an eye over something so small and minute.
For people who would not know, who've been living in the rock, define cancel culture.
Just with social media, it's like how fans and stuff may cancel somebody out. It'll take one person to start the hate train, and from there, everybody's just like, I don't like them anymore. Or, we're not gonna listen to that anymore. We're not gonna stream them or da 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 da. So, yeah, it's very.
But isn't that what keeps artists accountable?
In some situations, some of the stuff is just childish. Like some of the stuff doesn't make sense of why they're being canceled or like for whatever reason it may be. Like prime example, I take a picture with you, somebody doesn't like you, so their
Fuck
whole
them.
fan. Exactly, that's what you say.
Fuck them.
But
I'm
to
very
everybody
likable.
else, it's like one of those things. Like
And people are getting canceled for stuff like that.
Yes.
I probably live under the rock.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not,
it's more of a
on the
it's
internet
really
all the
social
time.
The
media
irony
based.
of you living under a rock, but your IG is Ra the Sun. That's very ironic.
Well, no, just in the sense that I'm not on the internet all the time. I'm not a big social media person. So
I mean, I am just because I have a podcast and I want people to listen to it.
yeah, of course.
But people tell me all kind of all the shit that happens. Like the reason I started the show was saying we listen, we don't judge, because I just discovered that today.
yeah.
I be living under a rock too. But have you been canceled before?
No, not yet. I hope not.
Like, is it possible to get reinstated if you're canceled?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Is it called reinstated?
No, it's not called that, but I mean... Yeah.
I mean, like, if you get canceled, then what happens?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, prime example,
uncanceled?
Chris said Michelle got canceled a while, like,
because she performed at the fucking Donald Trump
exactly.
inauguration.
And now everybody's on this whole thing of, well, if she did it, I need y'all to have the same energy with Snoop and everybody else with that whole situation.
No, but
some people don't feel
Yeah.
it. I feel the same. I agree.
I mean, she needed to pay for that. That was some dumb shit. She needed to be held accountable. I just love that everybody gets involved in the conversation, even if they ain't on the mic. It's great. I love that. Okay. Okay, I've had it with readable positions that the girls walk themselves into. The OnlyFans girls make a scene about how much money they make and the bag that they're chasing on one hand, only to get evicted and drop their cash app on the other, Kai Levine. So gay culture is full of posers that don't have their shit and want you to think they do. And I have had it.
Where should that be?
Have y'all heard about it?
No.
Okay. We'll talk about it during the break.
Okay.
But we've got new shit coming all season long. The first is our new segment called Top 5. Hit it. All right, this is our new segment where me and the guests give our top 5. If you agree, give this episode a thumbs up. If you disagree, let me know what your top 5 is in the comments. This is top 5 kinks you would want to try out. Kimmy.
I knew it.
What's the kink you want to try?
Try BDSM.
Meaning what? There's
bondage,
a B, a D, a S, and M in there. Which one you want to try the
Bondage,
most?
for the most part.
Like, you
We
want to
had
be
this conversation.
You want to be
last
the
time.
dom or the sub?
I can do either or.
There's so many questions I
Go
have.
for it.
We have a whole show to talk about it. What about you, Rob? What's the kink that you want to try?
Fisting.
Like, you haven't done it?
Nah,
Are you the fisty or the fister?
both. Yeah, definitely.
Huh. Y'all ain't tell me that shit. Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is very surprising. I don't hear a lot of black people getting fisted.
Yeah. Not
Is
a
that
lot,
it?
but I mean, they definitely exist. I know a few personally and follow
know one.
quite a few on
You know somebody who gets
the
fisted?
socials.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I just stumble upon, the random on Twitter because
Yeah.
that's what Twitter is. Mine is blindfold sex. I like being used. I would love to be like a human dildo and let somebody just do whatever they wanted me to do.
Service top. Yes.
That's what that's called?
Yeah.
You learn something the more you know. Oh, hold on. Pause that music, Dwayne.
Surprise, surprise.
Service tops. Service tops. Play the music, Dwayne. What's another one, Hemmingw8y?
I have not gotten into the voyeurism thing yet.
Like
I would
watching.
like to. Yes, I would love to, but I just haven't.
Like, what do you think you would get out of that, though? Like,
Huh?
what is there to get out of watching someone else engage?
Well, watching it as it is does it for me. So just to kind of like
Beyond
be in
porn, you mean like watching two
Yeah.
people like me and Rob?
Oh yeah, that turns me
Although
up.
Rob got a man, so
Yeah,
I
that
don't
turns
want
me
to be
up for sure.
disrespectful. Although, wink, wink. I mean, we could turn this into an orgy. There's several people in the room that I would. Never mind. I don't want y'all to send me HR. What about you, Rob? What's another one that you want to try?
So you mentioned my man, and he knows that I've been thinking about tying him up and tickling him, like tickle play.
Tickle play.
Yeah.
Are you
Tickle
ticklish?
torture.
Me too. All right, for the
What does that
see-through
do
shirts
for
being
you?
ticklish.
What did it do for me?
What would it do for you?
It's so honestly, it's so wild. Like, if we're just kind of at home and I'm just like messing with him, like, I get riled up from
Riled
him,
up like sexually?
Yeah. From him, like
Squirming?
Squirming and
It's got to offer to pay me to tickle me. That's the reason why I just wanted to know
There's
like
a
what
dude.
y'all.
I've done that. There's a dude on Twitter that tickles people.
Yeah.
and I let him tickle me.
Okay, so you did it.
Yeah.
So I should inbox him back.
You should.
Okay.
It's very fun and it's not sexual.
Okay.
Like I had clothes on, very, very, very little clothes, but I had clothes on,
Okay.
and the feet took me out. Mine is anonymous sex. I like it's a back room. I like dark spots. I like pitch black, ass face down, ass up. That's not one I would try, but it's definitely
Okay, I was about to say, yeah, I thought
one
you
that
said
I
try.
would try again.
Okay.
Try in a couple hours if I could. All right, that was top 5. Next week. Didn't know that goes there. Next week, I'm doing my first ever nude interview with the king of public nudity, Mr. Censored. He's coming by the back room to slap dicks, talk all things nudism and dating as a content creator. You can watch the conversation by joining our YouTube channel. Members get access to exclusive conversations and behind-the-scenes content. Becoming a YouTube member is one of the easiest ways to support what we do here on Dear Black Gay Men. Just hit join, the join button below this episode. Last season, we launched the Banned Book Club to get the girls reading and push Black culture forward. This season, we're continuing the trend and are thrilled to announce our pick for this book club. Drum roll, please. Drum roll, everybody. I don't even know if y'all can hear that, but it is 100 Boyfriends by Brontez Purnell. To learn more information and find where you can get the book from the Black-owned business, check out www.dearblackgaymen.com/BBC. This is Dating Kinksters Explained, and we will be right back. Let's make a cocktail.
But what do I get first, the tail or the cock?
We're having margaritas tonight, but tequila would have me made on the internet, so we are going to be making brown apple margaritas that I call margaritas. You see what I did? You like that? So I make this drink anytime I'm having a new boy come over to Netflix and chill. By Netflix and chill, I mean come out of their clothes so we can have sex. It's not when I want boys to come over and take off their clothes. It is when I come over so we can pray a little bit. It starts with a shaker, and you have to fill it up with ice. But here's the thing that I learned from bartenders. So you fill the shaker up with ice, and at the same time, fill up your glasses with ice too so they can be chilled. So I'm gonna make margaritas for the room. My hands are clean. Don't do this if you've been fingering somebody. I filled up my shaker with ice, and you're gonna do equal parts brown apple whiskey. Y'all remember that clip of the girl when she was making a cocktail?
2 shots of vodka.
Equal parts brown apple whiskey is triple sec, which is like a citrus, and then sweetened lime juice. Now, the bougie girls will say you want to like squeeze limes, but when you are having a watch party on Thursday night watching Dear Black Gay Men and you're making a punch for a whole bunch of the girls, you're not going to be squeezing a fucking lime. So don't let nobody try to shame you out of using cheap shit. Put that in the shaker and you shake. So I started Dear Black Gay Men because I got stood up for a date. But the thing is, it kind of grew into art therapy session, part Kinky with the girls. Dear Black Gay Men for me is the best part of my week. And the upside of that is because we've created this platform, you all get to participate with us every single week. I'm really excited at the opportunities that y'all have created for us. But the realty is you can help us create even more of this content by joining our YouTube channel as a member. And then you can put us all week. This is the Margarita. Taste it. Taste it. Come on in. Come on in. This is John. Cheers.
Oh, that's really good.
That's what she said.
I'm gonna help you watch that episode.
You already have it is. Okay, we're live from the back room. I am Jay the Gentleman. Before I asked if you get naked first, I didn't ask that. Did I ask that?
No.
Oh, okay. Black gay men are into a lot of shit, and y'all know it, but I found that some of y'all like to call it just regular Tuesday night for you instead of being kinky. We went outside to talk to the girls and asked them whether they were kinky or freaky. Here's what they had to say. Check this out.
Would you say you're kinky?
I say I'm a freak. I go with it. I go with the flow.
Parents, are you kinky?
I'm kinky.
How do you define kinky for you? I define it as the twist of adulthood.
The best way I can explain it from my standpoint is that Kinky is older sister to Freaky.
Kinky is the older sister to Freaky, and you're like the middle child.
Very much so.
I feel like Freaky is kind of still under the stereotypical norm of like car sex, movie theater sex. Okay, do you have any kinks that you specifically like?
No, you really gotta present them to me. And usually I go with the flow. I like nipple play.
Like your nipples or their nipples?
Both.
I like leather. What about like you like wearing leather? You like seeing leather? What about leather? On my partner with a little bit of latex. I'll take it.
You know, there's a thing called snowballing. I just don't know if I get into that.
I can give you a link. I'll send you a link. It's great. So you're down for anything?
Yeah. Not anything, but
it's that you're not into. That you would be like, hell no.
That personal shit.
What personal shit?
Like people have things where they want to shit on you and all that.
Oh,
I'm not with that.
Okay, girl. I shouldn't have said that.
But what about water sports?
What about water? I mean, some people talked about the water sports in there. Are you into water sports?
I haven't tried it yet.
Would you be into it?
It depends on the person.
What about a 5'10", 250-pound black man?
Very much so.
Oh, okay. I'm not 250, but I'm close. Y'all see these titties? Okay. Ask the damn question. Got it. So my first question for y'all is kinks and white people shit? Doc, I'm gonna start with you, of course. I think I know what your answer is, but humor me.
Hell no. No, I mean, being kinky is a people thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it has anything to do with race or culture, really. But
where do black kinksters go then? Because like in my head, as someone who is not a kinkster, but I'm open to a whole lot of stuff. Like Mufasa was in the clip. When I go to spaces that are for kinksters, I don't see a lot of us.
There aren't always a lot of us, but this summer, I hope you check out Kink Down South and all of the stuff that...
Somebody told me about Kink Down South.
Yeah, it's like a 2 or 3 day festival that they're having this year. And Onyx, the Black Man's Leather organization and Kink organization, always has like parallel parties and like information so that you can go and like see, you know, other black men and black people who are in the kinks.
Do you see kinks as being black people things?
I don't think it's not a race. Like it's not a race on it. It's not.
Okay. So this is the question that we had on the team when we were preparing for this. I think that black people, black men specifically, are open to a whole lot of stuff. We just call it being a freak.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't think that enough of us or many of us take that to the next level of saying we are kinky. Would you agree?
I agree.
Why do you think that is?
Because they just don't have the knowledge about it. Like, there's so many different kinks. It's not just like surface level all the time, but then you have the stuff that's like real common that we're going to see every time we scroll on Twitter, and they just don't know that's a kink. They just calling it, oh, he's real freaky. That's an actual kink.
Yeah.
And y'all just don't know that it falls in that category.
But why do we have to call it a kink for it to be? It feels like we're saying we have to call it something for it to be valid. What if I'm just a freak?
So
what if that is the word that I use?
I feel like it's a little bit of both sides in that, like, you can call things what they are. You know what I'm saying? Kinks are kinks. Fetishes are fetishes. Vanilla sex is vanilla sex. If you know what I'm saying, look at the definitions of those things. But I think why people don't identify with those words is because they feel like, you know, there's still a lot of stigma attached to it. You know, like you said, a lot of people probably look at it like it's some white people shit. But, you know, people
because they think that black people are nudists.
Yeah.
Like they don't really feel like black people are nudists. And I don't mind it.
But I think that black men, in my experience, have no problem being nude all the time. I just don't think that we go as far as
in
calling
public spaces,
calling it nudism. Like you can go to the park any day and see a whole bunch of black folks just out there ass naked. Not that I would know from experience. I would know from experience. You could go see me on a random occasion ass naked at the park, but I wouldn't call it a nudist. I would just call it I'm a freak. And in my head, why can't that just be the black terminology? Why it's like white people might converse, but the girls will conversate. and we know what that means.
Yeah.
Why could white people might be kink, but the girls might be a freak?
Because everything has a title.
It doesn't have to.
It doesn't have to, but I mean, we do everything like that.
Oh, give me another example.
Prime example, like the he, she's, theys, thems, all that other stuff. Why we can't just be people? But then it's he, she's, they, them. Oh, I'm it.
Okay, so I think that I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
I receive that. But I think the distinction for me is the question that I pose is about culture, about black people, the big
people that
idea.
actually
But for
live
me
that
individually,
culture.
like I ain't gonna shit on the fact that you say you are a kinkster. That is your term for you, and I think that it needs that's valid.
Because that's like the culture that he's accustomed to and he knows better. You know what I'm saying? Like he actually lives that. So he's not gonna say, "Oh, I'm freaky." Like he knows what it is. He knows.
Are you freaky though?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what
See,
you
I
would-
think
which
they
I think
are
are.
synonymous in some
I
level,
think
aren't
that
they?
They are.
They absolutely can be synonymous, but two of your social media people kind of, I'm taking this directly from them. You know, you can't think of kink as like Freaky's big sister. You know what I'm saying? That's the auntie. That's the one that's a little bit more grown. You know what I'm saying? She done thought through it a little bit more. It
Does feel like kink is like the rich auntie of the family.
you know what I'm saying? It's
the
not
rich
just-
auntie that knows some shit. She knows her
Exactly.
Hermes from her Gucci from her Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, you know, it's not just, oh, you know, they proposed this to me. It's, you know what I'm saying? This is something that I've thought about. Like I was talking about with the tickle shit, you know? Like, so like,
Keep going.
Yeah. So like
Because I want to know about the tickle shit.
Yeah. Like with tickling, right? It's part domination and submission. It's also part like accessing the like childhood play factor, you know what I'm saying, with somebody that you're really into. Like all of that kind of goes into it.
I'm noticing
This
that.
comment says, "Going to the park ass naked." What park is that, Jay? I'll send you a link.
To the
I'll
park?
send you a link. Oh yeah. There's whole meetup groups.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
You ain't never been to no park?
I would like a link.
I'll send you the link. I'll DM it to you. I'll send you a text message.
Thank you.
Okay, so what do you think is the resistance? Because from the clip and from the conversation we had, there is resistance among some of the black girls that we talk to that say kink is not for me, even though they do kink shit. Why do you think there is a resistance? You kind of touched on when you said stigma, but why don't the girls like the word Hemi?
It's the stigma to it. It's like they feel like it's, for some reason, I don't know why people feel like kink stuff is dirty. But it's not.
Oh boy said taboo.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Like they feel like if you say that I'm a kinkster, that makes me like less, or like I'm really into like some weird shit, but that's not the case. Like
I think so. This is what I received from the conversations that we had is that like freaky is a catch-all term that I can subscribe to, that we all kind of understand. And I think a lot of people think kinky is also a catch-all term. So if I say I'm kinky, then it means I got to be down for everything, like scat and piss and all the things. Whereas I don't think that's the case in kink cultures, is it?
No, not at all. No, most kinksters have like particular kinks that they're into, and lots of other things that they're not into. So nah, it's the exact opposite.
You have
of
things
that.
you're not into?
Yeah, I'm not into scat play. I am not into blood. Yeah, that's probably about it though.
He's like the big ones, the big ones. I'm like, okay, but the irony is like scrolling through Twitter, the second that I see certain things, I'm like, oh damn, you just ruined it.
Yeah.
And the irony is a picture of Beyonce is one of them. I can't stand seeing Beyonce on Twitter. Although I love Beyonce, but the second I see Beyonce or Oprah, my female idols, my sheroes,
Well, yeah, you're
dicks off.
You're not in that mode.
I'm not. They ain't it. Okay. We're playing a new game. Y'all ready? All right, we're playing a new game for our new season. It's called Kinky or Not. Hit it. I think the music came before the thing. Kinky or Nah. Hit it. That was great. Okay, this is how kinky or not works. I'll describe a situation and you'll tell me if you think that this is kinky or nah. Y'all ready?
Let's go.
All right. Oh, I don't have the blue cards. This is, your man says he wants to go outside and have sex on the balcony and he knows people might catch y'all. Hemmingw8y, kinky or not? 3, 2, 1.
Kinky.
Doc, kinky or not?
Yeah, kinky.
Okay. What about that says kinky to you?
That falls under like voyeurism because it's like you want to be seen.
Exhibition.
Yeah, exhibitionism.
Yeah.
Is it because you have a word for it though? I feel like a
No.
lot of this is just y'all have language for these things, so a lot of them are gonna be kinky.
You going outside to like telling me that we're not gonna be seen is one thing, but you telling me we going outside.
But we outside though, there's always gonna be opportunity to be seen.
not
outside.
in all places. However, like if you're telling me,
Where your
you know,
balcony at? Okay, you stay in a penthouse, got it.
I didn't say that.
See?
I don't.
Your homegirl was like, yeah.
I don't. But no, like that. You letting me know that you want to be seen is different than we might be seen.
I don't know if I buy that one. Okay, I mean, it is kinky, but okay. We can agree to disagree. I still think you're cute. All right, what's the next one? Your man says he wants to put on a Halloween costume and pretend like he's your favorite character. Kinky or not, Doc?
Oh, that's definitely kinky.
Kinky or not? Okay. Okay.
It's role play.
Yeah, role playing, like, yeah, that's not. I wouldn't think of that as, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to dress up and look sexy for you. Like,
I'll dress up
that
like
would be
Keisha Cole.
freaky. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I want to put on a little sexy skirt, or.
But
you know
isn't
what I'm saying,
like, but isn't sexy underwear? Isn't that a kink as well?
it can be, but I wouldn't say that's a kink.
You putting a skirt on and you dressing up like Pikachu is like two different things.
Right.
Okay, I think they're trying to tell me to move on with all these damn D's. Got it. Keep going. Your man says he wants free ball in public with you. Kinky or no? Doc,
No.
free balling ain't a kink?
I do that every day.
Are you free balling now?
No, but I do have on a nice situation under here.
Define situation.
I don't know. The camera's on me right now.
I mean,
The camera off.
all of us are intrigued. Everybody in the room is like, what is situation
We'll
mean?
work on that later.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, there is a commercial break coming up.
It is.
All right, what's next? Is that it? All right, your man says he wants to wear lingerie under his clothes and reveal parts of it to you throughout the day. Kinky or not, Hemmingw8y? 3, 2, 1,
Kinky.
kinky or not? Kinky or
I'm
not?
gonna say nah.
Oh, we're split. So
Yeah,
lingerie
yeah.
not a kink. My hand is scratching. You know that. Hopefully that means there's a check in the mail.
Right.
Well, go ahead.
No, I don't think. I mean, no, that doesn't feel like a kink to me. I mean, that's sharing sexy pictures. You know what I'm saying? Of sexy underwear. But, yeah, doesn't feel like a kinky thing.
Okay, where is the line for you? Like, what defines
What makes it kinky?
What makes it kinky?
Like what
Yeah,
takes
I
it?
don't
What
know.
takes it
I
to
don't
that
know.
level?
It's somewhere in my head, I guess.
Is it like them like showing up at your job, like outside the door with it on?
Because I definitely would suck some dick under a desk.
Even that, I don't
Is
know
that
if
kinky?
That's
nah,
not
I think
kinky.
That's, more
That's just like,
freaky
yeah,
than
you just
kinky. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing that shit in your office clothes and, you know, you're not going to get caught no way, like, yeah, that's just y'all being freaky.
So it's a risk factor that takes it into kinky.
Yeah. Again, I feel like it's something. Okay, so I feel like kink is something that's added on top of the like just usual things that people think about as sexual interaction.
It's Freaky's big sister.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that was kinky or not. Thanks y'all for playing. When we come back, I'm going to see how hard it is to get our guests out of their clothes. But during the break, let me know in the comments, what is a kink or fetish you want to explore but haven't tried yet? This is Dating Kinksters Explained, and we'll be right back. This is Dating Kinksters Explained,
You sure?
and we'll be right back. I knew I had the right show. Every conference I go to, I get noticed because of the bag.
No, for real. So like, they was asking me. I got noticed. Somebody pulled me aside. They're like, "Oh my God, I really love your bag," and they came up to start talking to me about how they can get connected with their black men.
I
I
mean,
was like,
it's a
come
great marketing
on.
tool. It's a great marketing tool, and it goes with most.
And then, child, I was at the at an undisclosed facility because they ain't a sponsor.
Oh, I thought it's because you was at a sex party.
No.
Okay. That's why
A
this
back room, maybe.
episode
Not a back room.
That's why this episode of Dear Black Gay Men Podcast is brought to you in part by MIH bags. Everywhere I go, I get noticed from my DBGM hoodie and my MIH. All I want is everything bag. Hold it up, Verity. That is actually my bag. I love it. It's the perfect bag to throw everything in when I'm rushing to the studio, or an overnight bag, whatever I would be doing overnight.
You almost made me cry when you gifted me my All I Want Is Everything.
The All I Want Is Everything duffel.
Duffel bag for my birthday, and I get stopped every time I wear it. It's the perfect everyday bag or work bag or even a bag for the airport when I'm going on a nice trip.
That's not what the script says.
I don't care. You know I ain't been to the gym.
You can shop its full collection of accessories and apparel at mihbags.com. They're a Black queer-owned business that carries t-shirts and duffels and toiletry bags and so much more for all your accessory needs. Use code DBGM15 to take 15% off at checkout. That's mihbags.com. The link is in the description. In his voice because he telling me what to do. All right, hey, we're live from the back room. I am Jay the Gentleman. Before the break, I asked, what is a kink or fetish you wanted to explore but haven't tried yet? Are the girls saying anything? Okay. Well, fuck y'all too. I'm just kidding. Keep watching, like, share, subscribe, do all the things. All right, we've talked a lot on the show about what you should talk about on the first date, and we're going to add one more topic that'll definitely spice things up. I want to ask my guests, are kinks something you talk about on the first date? Hemmingw8y, I'll start with you.
Walk me into it. Yes, though.
You always like being walked in the shit.
Yeah, because I don't like surprises.
Surprise,
Those.
surprise.
Okay.
Yeah, don't walk me into that. Like, walk
Do
me
you
down.
talk about your kinks on the first date?
Yeah, because most of the time what's your the fantasies and all this other stuff, and that starts to fall into those categories. So
But
yeah,
that's first date conversation?
depending on how long we've been sitting there talking and what we've been drinking.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so the drink is gonna walk you into it.
For sure.
And then you gon'
You asked me the right
you gonna
thing.
sit on the sofa and have the conversation.
Absolutely.
Okay, I get it. What about you? Because you are actually in a relationship. So at what point in your dating process were you like, oh, I'm into some kinky shit?
Definitely wasn't on our first date. I mean, our first date we met at a bar and ended up hanging out most of the night and went back home.
I'm not jealous at all.
It happens, believe it or not. Yeah. So I don't know. I can't remember exactly when, but I would say when I was in the dating pool, then yeah, I think a lot of times it comes up. I mean, especially
On the first date though?
if it's someone that I'm going on a date with because I think that I'm trying to see whether or not I want to establish a relationship with them, absolutely. Sex is important to me, and sex is going to be important for any romantic relationship that I'm in. So yeah.
But I can hear all the dating coaches. We've had one particular dating coach on here that says don't talk about sex on the first date. Would kink fall under the umbrella of sex?
I hear people say don't talk about sex on the first date, but I fucked my man on the first date. And
Again, I'm not jealous at all.
Yeah.
Are y'all? Yeah, I'm jealous. Okay. The man has spoken. Y'all can't hear the man, but I can hear the man. Okay, so if not on the first date, when, Hemmingw8y? All of that. All of that. You and your leather pants. Got it.
Woo! If not the first date, at least.
When do you ask? Because you say you want them to baby step you into it.
They don't
but
have
when
to
do you
baby
have
step me
to? When do
into
you
it.
be like, hey, I like some out the box shit?
Because when we start hanging under each other, I'm under you and stuff like that. I'm gonna want to know when we start having that skin to skin contact, when we're laying under each other and stuff like that. I'm gonna get aroused. We're gonna have those conversations. I used to be scared to have those conversations, but now it's just kind of one of those things where I'm at that age.
But if you're
Within,
dating,
that week?
none of those situations sound like first date stuff, unless you Netflix and chilling on the first date.
Yeah,
but if you
what's
out
wrong with
at a bar or a restaurant and you having a dinner,
What are you into?
you ask that?
If we have been having constant conversations about different things, yes.
And see, that would be a turn off to me. I honestly, if you ask me about my sexual position or sex on
I don't
the first
add,
date, that would
sexual
be,
positions
that
don't
would
really
be-
that doesn't.
But how is that different than what you into then?
Sexual positions like, and I hate when people ask like, so what are you? But when I ask like, what are you into? Like, what kind of things are you into? Like, what things turn you on? What stimulates you?
But what stimulates me? A good book stimulates me.
That's fine. And if that's what your answer is, that's gonna be your
100
answer.
100 boyfriends, make sure you go get it.
So you can go left or right with the conversation. You can go with the book, or you can go with the booty.
Oh, okay, nigga. They yelling at me, but okay. Am I the oddball though? Is the top of the conversation? Is that a turn off to y'all?
I don't like having that conversation. I think because I'm greedy. So I don't. You ask me that question, it pisses me off all the time.
What about you, Doc?
First date, yeah. I mean, like I said, sex. I'd talk about sex on the first date, you know, and yeah, it's not a turn off to me.
Is your tolerance for sexuality higher because you're a kinkster?
I think I'm a kinkster because my tolerance for sexuality is higher.
What is the distinction for you?
I think there are lots of people who really enjoy sex, and that makes them become a kinkster. I don't think that me having, you know, I discovered that I like these kinks because I was just looking for like sex stuff.
Okay. I will definitely expound upon that a little later. But since we being kinky and freaky during the show, because apparently I'm the only freaky one in the room, I want to know what y'all think about these kinks in our upcoming game called Appropriate or Off Base. Hit it. Okay, this is how appropriate or off base works. I'll go through a list of kinks and you'll tell me if you think they are appropriate, meaning good, or off base, meaning hell no. Y'all ready to play?
Yes, sir.
All right, what's the first one? Pup play. Appropriate or off base? Doc?
Not for me. Off base for me.
Off base for you.
Off base.
Off base? Why? Why are you opposed to play?
I'm not doing the dog, the mask and the tail. It's not my.
I have the dog mask and I love wearing it. I
can't do the tail. I'm sorry.
I don't have a tail.
Okay.
But I do like wearing the mask because again, I like blindfolds. I like masks. I
probably could do the mask, but I'm not.
I think you would enjoy seeing me in my mask.
I'm sure.
See, got it. Kinky or not? But go ahead. Bondage, appropriate or off base? Hemi.
Appropriate.
What does bondage do for you?
It's just the loss of my power. Like me not having that power. And then if I'm on the other end of it, it's me having all control. And there's nothing that you can do about it.
Okay. Is that the same for you?
Absolutely.
It's a power dynamic.
Power exchange. Yeah. Like feeling in a vulnerable place, like especially if you like tied up or something in a place where your body is not the most comfortable. After a while, like you find this kind of like weird comfort in being discomforted.
I think it's because people call me a soft top or a submissive top because I have no problem being being submissive in general. Mm-hmm. Or I have like a quiet dominance. So I think I'd probably be into bondage. I don't know if I would enjoy tying somebody else up though. Is that weird?
It's interesting. I mean, you know, dom and top usually go together, but obviously they don't have to.
Yeah, I'm not a tell somebody what to do kind of dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep going.
Don't you like being told what to do?
Oh yeah. Like people used to call it like a big bottom. Like they want to be bossy and all the things. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. But that's just me. Okay, keep going. Nudism, kinky or appropriate off base?
Appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the one who was naked at the park, so definitely appropriate for me. Keep going.
I performed at a pool party naked.
You were naked?
Yeah.
Performing?
Yeah.
Performing?
Yeah. Shout out to Bro Code.
Singing and
dancing. Love
y'all. Why didn't I get that invite?
I actually did not tell anybody about that.
There you go.
I went in and did it, and now I like it, and I would like to do it again. It was actually pretty cool.
What?
I'll tell you.
What was pretty cool about it? What?
Because I was performing. Like I literally was singing. The same way I performed when you see me on my social media. It was the same way, just naked, in front of a bunch of naked people.
Did that change? Did it change the vibe? Because you seem very at home performing in general. Was it a different kind of vibe for you?
A little bit. I was scared at first, like when I first got there, but like once I got comfortable and then I just got back, it was cool for me. I enjoyed it. I would definitely do it again.
That's like my my first time being at any type of nude event. Like the first walking in, just seeing a whole bunch of naked men.
At the
It
door.
like, oh snap, y'all ass naked, like dick, ass, titties. Well, not titties, but you know, man titties. I mean,
Man titties.
man titties,
Yeah,
man
yeah,
tees.
Man
Man
tees.
tees.
Man tees.
But it was great, and I enjoyed it. But after 10 minutes, you realize we all naked, and so we don't really have anything to.
You got in
Okay,
trouble.
girl.
You got in trouble.
They swear, but I will say, the last thing I'll say about it is what I loved about being nude in general was the fact that all the things that we judge each other on when we have our clothes on didn't apply. Ain't nobody wearing their good shoes. Ain't nobody got their cute jeans on. Ain't nobody we all in the same boat now. But okay, what's the next one? Fisting, appropriate or off base?
Off base.
Really? You talked about fisting already.
Yeah,
Why do you say
appropriate.
off base for you?
It's not for me.
You know the booty hole bounces back, right?
I don't care.
Like it
That's fine. it's just not for me.
Okay, let me ask you a different question. Is there a dick size that's too big for you?
I don't. When I am in that position, I don't like. It doesn't have to be no big dick. Like I'm good on that.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
now that's interesting to me because I know a whole bunch of like the power bottoms in black culture that like these monstrous dicks.
So
but
I'm a
the
power
second that
bottom?
I didn't say you were,
But that's what you get.
but I'm just saying what I know a whole bunch of bottoms that like monstrous dicks. But the second that you make it a different part of the body, it's different.
A
Like
fist is
they be like, they'll take a 10-inch dick, but don't put no fingers in my ass, and I don't get that.
I don't mind fingers, but a fist is just.
It doesn't have to start out. It could be a.
Excuse me. It normally it'll be like the. And
It could be a.
Yeah, no.
Okay. But fisting for you is appropriate.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's I sometimes like extremes, and I feel like it's an extreme. And yeah, it turns me on.
I'm just
Think
so
about it,
curious
look
about
at it.
how you get ready for that.
I have never successfully been totally fisted, but I mean, it's essentially the exact same process as you would for, having anal sex.
But to an extreme. 'Cause you
Yeah.
just
I mean,
said
so
that.
yeah, well, no, like the getting ready process, the dressing
yeah.
process is the same, but like it's just like the power bottoms, they had to work up to them, humongous dick, so it's the same.
Because I just couldn't see you just breathing your way into a fist.
Nah, I don't think,
Okay.
that happens.
I just couldn't see you being like, take a deep breath, relax every muscle in your body. You know that first time you bottom? They're like, relax every muscle in your body, and then, bloop.
Well, yeah, you probably not bottoming the first time for,
That's correct.
somebody.
That's correct. What's the next one? Voyeurism. Appropriate.
It's appropriate for me.
Appropriate off base.
Yeah, appropriate. Yeah.
For me, it would be off base. I don't get anything out of it. Like I wouldn't. At some point of watching, I'd want to participate.
Yeah.
Is that the same for you? Like watching is a full experience for you.
It's like watching a movie for me.
Nah, I would not say that. No, most
For
of the
me?
time, voyeurism is going to lead to activity for me.
Like watching leads you to participating with these people or like
More than
stroking
likely,
dick or something.
Yeah, more than likely participating with.
Oh,
those
okay.
people.
Then
Yeah.
I'm that.
Well,
Yeah.
like me over here in my corner, you know what I'm saying, jacking off, that's different. Like me watching as it's going
Yeah.
on. But
Yeah.
that, yes. But as far as
Yeah.
like I just have to go over and participate, no, I'm good.
Like for me, at some point, the sausage have to go somewhere. We can't be pancaking all night. Okay, is that it? Is that it? Appropriate off base. During the break, we have to take a break. During the break, let me know in the comments, have you ever dated someone that was more freaky than you? This is This is Dating Kinksters Explained, and we'll be right back. What up, though? The conversations stay lit on Dear Black Gay Men podcast. Hookup, entanglement, situation, relationship, everything from dushing to dating.
A top verb, but I am not a top noun.
I am a guru at first dates. It's new every Wednesday. Subscribe now. All right, we're live from the back room. I am Jay the Gentleman. Before the I asked, have you ever dated someone that was more freaky than you? Have you ever dated someone more freaky than you?
Nah.
I always get the trophy. Have you? What did that feel like? Like they wanted to do something that you were like, "No, I'm good."
Yeah, it was before I was into anything.
Were you young? Was that it? Were you inexperienced or you just?
I was just inexperienced with it all. Like it was all new to me. So
Did they help you open up?
yes.
I mean, not you didn't get fisted, so you weren't too open. But
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just enough. But yeah, it definitely opened up my way of thinking as far as like what I want sexually. It's like it kind of tapped on something and was just like, all right, this wasn't enough.
Was that your first time dating a dude?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. But it was like, yeah, we were dating and it was just like he started to kind of like walk me into a lot of the stuff that he was into. And it was just like one of those things where I don't do none of that.
And see, this is what we're going to be talking about this segment. But that's why I'm like, I don't know about bringing up kinks on the first date, because what if
he waited a while?
You know,
before he
Rod's
brought that
talking
up
about
to me,
getting
though.
fisted on the first date. That could absolutely turn you off. But what if he was able to walk you down this path with him?
Most of the time, I'll let you. Okay, so if he was to come to me and ask me like a question like that, I would say what I'm into. From there, I can kind of gauge what I can tell you and what I cannot tell you at that moment in regards to like the things that I'm into. Like if I know that the stuff that you're telling me isn't really extreme, I know not to go extreme with what's about to come out of my mouth.
But what if they
wouldn't say
go
that.
extreme with you because we're having this conversation
Then-
before you're
yeah.
vulnerable enough to engage in it?
That's when it can be a bit much. That's what I'm saying. It can be a bit much. It's like a give and take. Like that's the reason why I kind of like I feel it out. I don't just be like, you know what I'm saying, like fist me. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, but you wouldn't say fist me though.
Of course, I wouldn't say that. But
Okay.
But nah,
Okay.
yeah, that's probably a better description too. Like, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily just put it all out there on the first date, right? But if there's room to talk about it, then yeah, why not?
Okay, put that comment back up. Jerry Anthony Grigger says, yes, the question was, have you ever dated somebody more freaky than you? He says, yes, but not in a while. But I'm with certain freak shit. Certain freak shit like what, Jerry Anthony Grigger? Let us know in the comments. I'm really curious about that one. Is it fisting, like Ross said? That's going to be like the game,
Yeah,
the
see,
standard
right,
for like, if you're into fisting, definitely kink. Got it. Okay, Rolando DD said, I don't know if the person exists, to be honest, but one day somebody's gonna match my freak.
All right,
Come on,
Rolando,
Tinashe.
okay, so since you said match my freak, would you consider yourself kinky? Let me know in the comment. If he responds to that, put it up, please. Okay, got it. All right, so let's talk. Damn, fucked up my remote. We are. I fucked up the. Okay, so let's take the conversation a step further. Mr. Wright can talk about kinks, but now he wants to be into what you're into, like you were saying, but doesn't know where to start. My question for y'all is, how do you create shared language between the two of you to communicate what you want, especially for you, Hemmingw8y, because you have had experience where you dated somebody or were into somebody that was into stuff that you didn't even know about. So how do you create dialogue between the two of you so that you get comfortable?
I didn't make it like a dialogue because I felt like it would be weird. Because I feel like it's like that's rehearsed, and I didn't want to do that. So just in this particular situation, I found one of the things that was like most comfortable
Mm.
to me wanting to cross the line, and kind of just went with it and just introduced it into our situation. And it went well.
Like in the moment.
Yeah, I just waited until we kind of like were about to have another moment, and I just kind of crossed that line. And when I crossed it, it was just like a conversation afterwards. Like,
We just did the shit.
yeah,
But I think that is why so many that exact reason is why so many black folk don't say they're kinky. Because they are open to
yeah.
a wide range of things, but they just need somebody to be like, hey, let me piss on you.
Yeah. Or just start pissing on you.
Or they'll just start or they'll fuck you so good that you piss yourself and they like, oh, that was hot. Do it again.
No comment.
Okay, but my question becomes, okay, so for you, Doc, because you are a professional and a kinkster, and you have more experience than either of us, I would assume. So how do you create language where you are able to discuss and talk about kinks and explore together when you're dating somebody?
I mean, I feel like in any relationship, romantic or otherwise, communication is lubrication, right? Like, so talk about stuff. Just like
I like
always,
that.
you know.
Communication is lubrication.
Yeah. That's how you make things work, right? You talk it out. You know, express your desires and listen, but don't judge. And you know,
We listen, we don't. I wish
There
I
you
had
go.
that button in there. But okay, so I think my experience about this is not necessarily about kinks, but it's about open relationships. I feel like I have a pretty broad language about open relationships and why they work for me. But I would also say no
Thank you.
filter with King Leg says don't just pee on me.
Thank you.
Like tell me. Is that what you saying? Tell me.
I need a warning.
He needs a there's like a light on the wall that
All right,
says
Frank the Tank.
we about to pee. About to pee. Frank the Tank said I had someone pee on me. Pee in me. I always love the things that the people are willing to put in the comments. Y'all are the real MVPs of Dear Black Gay Man podcast. And Jerry said, fisting ain't for me, but watching my nigga in the shower, freak shit like I can do some. Okay. Watching him in the shower. I don't know that I would qualify that as a kink. I just feel like that's being in a relationship.
Them just showering, that's considered
Like
voyeurism?
if I live with a man I love and he in the shower, I'm looking. Of course, she was like, Frank, in you? Yes. I am talented. Said I have had a guy piss in my mouth without me knowing, but it tasted good like cocktail.
All right.
Careful on that table over there, little man.
Oh, this is okay.
Rolando said, well, I thought I was spicy vanilla, but tonight I've learned I'm deep into the extremist end of the kink freak spectrum. The girls are getting set free in the comments, y'all. The girls are getting set free. I love this. Look at what y'all doing. Y'all
We doing God's
the
work.
girls free. Frank said, yes, in the booty hole. Oh my God, this is so great. Oh, Frank, I want to meet you so bad. Mr. D said, I'm cool with a little P, but only if we together.
Okay.
Together.
Yeah,
That's a different level.
Yeah.
They can say, if a man in my shower, I'm gonna look.
Amen.
Absolutely. If
What's
the man
up,
is
Daniel?
in my goddamn shower, I am going to look.
But that's kinky?
No, that's a Tuesday for me. If any of y'all was naked right now, I would look. I don't think that's a kink. Now, if y'all started fucking, then that might be voyeurism, but that's a vibe. It's the way you act. Lil D said, a little urine never hurt anybody.
This is
Okay,
crazy.
this is great. This is great. He nut. Frank the Tank is giving us all our life. He
Oh,
if he
nutted,
could pee in
then
me,
asked
and
me
I
if he
was-
could pee in me, and I was nervous. What did it feel like? But it felt good.
That comment coming up that fast.
That's great. Okay. So back to the question I'm supposed to be asking. So again, my language about open relationships is pretty vast because I have been in several, right? I know why I like them. I know why I don't. What I don't like, I know where my boundaries are. But I think that a lot of people, especially black men, have the same experience with kinks. They if all I know is monogamy, then when I start saying, oh, I like non-monogamy or open relationship, and I know what I mean by that, they're very turned off to the whole conversation. And I really do think people treat kinks the same way. Like,
I agree.
I'm a freak,
I agree.
but the second that you start saying I'm kinky, they have a definition that may or may not even apply to me.
Or even just, you know, that you're going to do something that they may not have done yet,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I think that there can be a lot of prejudging. But I also feel like that's probably, for me, I take that as an immediate sign that that's not the person for me. You know what I'm saying? That's not a person that I'm going to be able to enter something deep into and go further.
So for you specifically, because you're in a relationship and because you identify as you said that you're kinky. So when you were in the beginning of your kink journey, were you this confident in kink, or were you also discovering things? Because I would imagine that like dating you got to be kinky a little bit now.
Yeah,
Because
probably.
you got a whole vocabulary around it. But when you started,
No,
was somebody able to baby step you?
I learned a lot of things on my own. I mean, I'm
Self-taught. Got it.
It's so hot. The conversation is going haywire. But go ahead.
I'm a little bit of a self-starter, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, you're a
tend to
doctor. I'd imagine
yeah,
so.
exactly, right? Yeah. I mean, I think that's kind of how I approach life in general. Like, you know, I'm curious about stuff, I go out and find out about it. So, I don't think there was a time where I ever dated someone really before him that was I dated one person before him that was a kinkster, but
Okay.
and for most of my life, you know, until like the past 4 or 5 years or so, I probably would have been more on the freaky, not kinky is how I defined it, even though I was definitely into kink stuff.
Could that also apply to you, Hemmingw8y? Because Doc said he probably was a kinkster, but he didn't call it kinky at the time. He was very, very open to a whole bunch of things. Am I saying that right?
Yep.
Could that be you?
I was bland.
Are you still?
No.
Are you a kinkster?
Yeah. And it's like the more once I started deep diving into that rabbit hole about it, I started to realize there's so many things that I'm okay with and so many things that I want to try, and I haven't had the opportunity to try it, that, yeah, I can definitely call myself a kinkster, for sure.
Well, I think my biggest takeaway, especially if I'm going to represent any part of our culture, is that kinky doesn't mean you're into everything. And I think that's that video taught me that a lot of people think that kinky means, you know, if I'm kinky, then I got to be down for absolutely
There's boundaries
everything.
in everything.
Right, yeah.
Do black men have experience developing healthy boundaries, do you think? If we broaden the conversation. Because I think if we don't, because you're shaking your head, but if we don't have authentic experience building healthy boundaries, then that might be the distinction between freaky, which is within my boundaries, but it's culturally ascribed, versus kinky, which is something I got to absolutely discover. Is that possible?
I think you probably hit the nail on the head.
Literally.
Yeah.
I try to say smart shit every once in a while.
You did that.
Okay. This is a good place to take a break. I think that is a good place to take a break. We'll be right. What is stigma? I truly believe that it comes up when you think something can't happen to you. Like when we think we could never be femme, so we end up with femphobia, like all up and through our dating profiles. Or when we don't be out there like that, so we slut shame people for doing openly what we try to sneak and do privately. But there aren't too many spaces where stigma rises to a criminal level like it does with HIV.
Knowingly gave her HIV and never told her he was infected.
We're talking to 4 black men from across the country, all living with HIV. I want to see how stigma comes up in their lives and what we can all do to overcome it. I mean, now you're open, okay? Just like me. We can see both of our titties. Okay. That wraps up our show. I would like to thank my guests, Hemmingw8y and Dr. Ra, for joining us tonight in the back room. If you would like to connect with either of them, links to their socials are in the description. Why aren't more black gay guys into kinks and fetishes like nudism and leather and maybe even fisting? Let's put tonight's conversation in context. Here you are today. Are we back? Okay, here you are today, probably clicking on this interview to see some dick or judging us for talking about our kinks on the internet. But did you know there were tribes of black people before they got to us who actually viewed nakedness as a sign of purity and innocence? It's as if we were in the garden, living our best black life. The colonizers showed us the tree. We bit their fruits, swallowed their knowledge. Then all of a sudden, our beautiful black bodies became dirty and savage and sexualized. The conversation was not all to tell you to bear it all. Nudism is a kink lifestyle and it's something that we must all consent to and assess whether or not it works for us. But nudity is the children's bread, if you want it to be. It's blackness in the purest sense. And it's time for us to reassess how we cover and clothe and mask our black beauty. So, dear black gay men, you are beautiful just the way you are. That was our show. I am Jay the Gentleman. We've got new content every day on YouTube. Tap into us on IG at Dear Black Gay Men, and I will see you next time. Bye.